Welcome, gardeners. There is a special kind of satisfaction that comes from walking into your own garden. A perfect, sun-ripened apple, a juicy peach. This is a simple, profound pleasure. To achieve such a rewarding harvest, however, we must provide our trees with the very best care. Just as we nourish our bodies with good food, our fruit trees require essential nutrients, thrive, grow strong, produce abundant, delicious fruit year after year. Proper nourishment is truly the foundation of a healthy and productive home orchard. It is a good thing to learn. So, what exactly does fertilizer do for a fruit tree? Think of it as a carefully prepared meal designed to supplement what the soil already provides. Over time, as a tree grows and produces fruit, it uses up the natural nutrients in the ground. Fertilizers replenish these vital elements: strong root development, lush leaf growth, the formation of flowers that will become the fruit we so eagerly await. Without this supplemental feeding, a tree may struggle, producing smaller fruit, fewer leaves, more susceptible to diseases and pests. The key ingredients in any fertilizer are nitrogen. Nitrogen is essential for vibrant, green leafy growth. Photosynthesis, the tree's food engine. Phosphorus. Phosphorus builds a strong root system. It also encourages flowers and fruit. Potassium. Potassium is the all-around health booster. Helps manage water, helps resist disease, improves quality and flavor of fruit. A balanced supply of these three macronutrients is the secret to a vigorous and fruitful tree. Understanding this balance is the first step toward becoming a more confident gardener. It transforms the simple act of feeding your tree into a thoughtful, deliberate process. You are not just scattering granules on the ground, you are providing a specific recipe for success. A single citrus tree in a pot on your patio, a small grove of apple and pear trees. Giving them the right food at the right time is one of the most important things you can do. It is a task that connects us directly to the life cycle of our garden. When you visit a garden center, you will see two main categories of fertilizers: organic and chemical. It is important to understand the difference. Organic fertilizers are derived from natural living sources. Compost-aged manure, bone meal fish emulsion. These release nutrients slowly as microbes break them down. The gradual process feeds plants and builds soil health over time. It's a holistic approach to gardening. Chemical fertilizers are manufactured from synthetic materials. They deliver concentrated, immediately available nutrients. Look for 3-number labels like October 10th, 10. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium quick release can correct deficiencies or boost a struggling tree. They're precise and fast-acting, useful in some situations. The choice often comes down to gardening philosophy. Many gardeners prefer slow, steady organic methods. They enjoy building rich, living soil over time. That supports a healthy soil ecosystem and more resilient plants. Patient, nurturing, working with nature. Focus on whole garden health, not just one plant, but sometimes precision is needed. Example, a young tree in poor soil needs immediate nutrients. Example, a soil test reveals a severe deficiency. Targeted synthetics can fix it fast. Use fertilizers responsibly and follow package directions to avoid harm. You can also combine both methods for a balanced approach. Navigating the world of fertilizers is simpler when you know a few reliable options. Here are 5 good things to consider for your fruit trees. First, balanced, slow-release granular fertilizer, often labeled for fruit and citrus trees. A formula like 10-10-10 or 12-12-12 provides an even supply of the 3 main nutrients. Simple to use. Sprinkle granules around the tree's drip line in early spring and let the rain water them in. A dependable choice for overall tree health. Second, well-rotted compost or aged manure, the cornerstone of organic gardening. Compost gives nutrients and improves soil structure, aeration, and water retention. Apply a generous 1-2 inch layer around the base, keeping it away from the trunk. Best in late fall or early spring so nutrients work into the soil slowly. Third, bone meal, a natural source of phosphorus and calcium for strong roots and abundant flowers. Mix into the soil when planting or work into the top layer around existing trees in spring. Fourth, fish emulsion, a liquid fertilizer you dilute with water and apply to the soil. Strong odor at first, but it's rich in nitrogen and trace minerals. Liquid form means quick nutrient availability, great for young trees and container citrus. Fifth, a specialized citrus fertilizer. Citrus are heavy feeders with needs for iron, zinc, and manganese. A citrus-specific food supplies these micronutrients in the right proportions. That helps produce lush foliage and a bounty of bright, flavorful fruit. It takes the guesswork out of feeding these rewarding plants. Knowing how and when to fertilize is just as important as choosing the right product. For most fruit trees, the best time to apply fertilizer is in the early spring, just as new growth begins to emerge. This gives the tree a boost of energy to support the development of leaves, branches, and flowers. A single application in the spring is often sufficient for mature trees in good soil. Young trees, however, may benefit from a second, lighter feeding in early summer, but avoid fertilizing late in the season, as this can encourage new growth that may be damaged by winter frost. When applying granular fertilizers, always follow the instructions on the package for the correct amount. A common mistake is to apply too much, which can burn the tree's roots. The proper technique is to spread the fertilizer evenly on the ground, starting about a foot away from the trunk and extending out to the drip line, the imaginary circle on the ground directly under the outermost tips of the branches. This is where the tree's feeder roots are most active. After applying, gently water the area to help the nutrients begin to dissolve into the soil. One of the most frequent errors gardeners make is fertilizing a newly planted tree too soon. A young tree needs time to recover from the stress of transplanting and establish its root system. It is best to wait until you see about 6 inches of new growth before applying any fertilizer. Another misstep is neglecting to water. Fertilizer is not effective in dry soil and can even damage the roots. Always ensure the ground is moist before you fertilize, and water it in thoroughly afterward. This helps the nutrients travel down to the root zone where they are needed. Ultimately, caring for your fruit trees should be a source of joy, not stress. Pay attention to your trees. Their leaves and growth will tell you what they need. If you are ever unsure, remember that your local garden center is an invaluable resource. The experts there can provide advice tailored to your specific climate and soil conditions. Embrace the process of nurturing your trees from one season to the next. With a little care and the right nourishment, you will be rewarded with the simple, wonderful pleasure of a homegrown harvest.